senior professional interviewed me a while back, and I think I decently did well in the interview, and I knew that I was never aligned with the role that they were offering. But however, the hopes that were given were not. And when the CHRO interviewed, I knew the gaps also, right?
Yeah.
But when they ended the interview, it was more centric towards, yeah, we are okay, MBA doesn't matter, and all of those factors. So when the position got later closed, I, being a creepy stalker that I am, I did see it through. And I realized that MBA for that brand, or let's say that organization, was a mandate. Like, do you think that's a stereotypical notion?
That's a very good example, a core example of when companies make policies without thinking it through. Like, you think MBAs are good, well and good, 80% people can be with MBA, but you can't expect everyone's life to have gone through the same path. It's like you're asking everyone to be privileged in the exact same way that you are for them to be able to work for you. That makes no sense. As a HR person who's hiring for a team that I want them to be successful, I would like that diversity of cognitive diversity in my team. Why not? That brings a different thought process. And as you know, the more diverse a team is, the higher its chances of success. That's when policy gets in the way.
Tell us one of your most funniest interview moments. Like one you were like, oh my god, did that one? Probably when you laughed. Probably one you took and one which you gave. so that we know what's on the other side as well.
I think the funniest ones the ones that I've taken are usually around people with hygiene issues.
Okay.
So,
Can you elaborate?
So, people think that when you go for an interview, you have to be really well dressed, and that's true, but well dressed changes from company to company, right? So, a lot of men come in with like coats and jackets and all that, and they come from the heat outside, and then they're stinky, and I would rather them be casual than be stinky, And sometimes they don't have a control over it. It is what it is. And the thing is, men don't even mind. If it was a male HR and a male hiring manager, nobody would even care. But because you have ample females in the ecosystem and we are sensitive to smells, then it does matter, right? So, but the one thing that did happen to me is one time I was interviewing people in Mumbai during the rainy season, and this guy walked in slippers and his pants rolled up, and it just happened that I was between interviews and I was in the lobby when he walked in, and then I saw him and he went to the reception. He's like, I'm for this interview, and then I was like, oh, I'm here, I can take you, and he was like, can I just get a minute? I just wanna present myself better. And I was like, yeah, sure, please. Yeah, that's where the washroom is. And he went in and he came out and he was a different person. Good shoes, socks, pants nicely done, had put on a spray, had combed his hair, and looked so much better. Like, if you just control the environment in an interview, I think that makes all the difference. He did not want to be like, oh, this person who's interviewing me is here, so I'm just gonna walk in. He was like, I'm gonna present what I want to present to them. They are not gonna be in charge of this situation, and that I really liked.
Did you end up hiring?
I did.
Can I know later who that person is? Okay, one funny thing that you've done in an interview.
Most of my interviews are not in the interviews, to be fair. I always do like a pre-interview check on the organization. So, I have done like stocky things to understand what is it that they actually want and they're looking for. Yeah. My interviews are charming, not funny. I'm not a funny person.
is a very. I was just thinking, you are also intimidating.
Okay.
You are a very intimidating person in when you're interviewing.
Okay.
But if the person is confident enough, you really mellow. Then you come at the same wavelength. Otherwise, I think the guard is too high.
Of course, has to be, no? I am talking to a new person. I am a female leader, right? So there is that people, and I'm in the charming industry. So people will try to use different tactics to kind of take my opinion out of the conversation. You know, like change the power dynamics of the interview. So I do start with having my walls up. If it's a male candidate, if it's a female candidate, I think my walls are not that high. But if it's a male candidate, my walls are a little higher. And then based on what is their vibe, I will match it. That is for everyone. That's for my team also. When I walk in every day in the meeting room and you guys are sitting there, the vibe that you have is how I will become in 10 minutes. Initially, I'll walk in with "Good morning, what's going on, beautiful people, blah blah blah," and then I'll be like, "Do that."
Okay. Interesting. Let's say have you done an elevator pitch for yourself? Like, have you met somebody and be like, "Hey, this, that," and
Yeah, I did do a part of my elevator pitch at the start of this conversation.
no, like an interview. Let's say or
Yeah.
anywhere in between.
Oh, so I am a person who likes to talk to people waiting at the bus stop and in the elevator, and like I've always been that chatterbox.
Let's
person who's
rephrase
stand-
the bus stop. Bus stop in India. Bus stop. What is the location of the bus stop?
So like when I was younger, I would
Where?
then
Where were you?
Delhi.
Oh, I thought Paris bus stop.
That also I've done. But then Paris, Italy, Prague, US. When I was in US, I would talk for hours with the guard of my building. I have once stood all night at the security desk and just talked to the guard about him and his life and his family. He was like a 60-year-old man and he had so many things to talk about life, and I just enjoyed it like crazy.